Because if you have to choose between that which you love the most and the fundamental human rights, it is the love of your heart that you will pursue. So watch for those who love fame and publicity. They will position themselves at the expense of principle just to get what they want. We must never allow a situation to arise where people are treated as fools to be deceived and tools to be used for the advancement of self or sections. Shameless disregard for the constitutional imperatives that could transform society is one of the issues that frustrate constitutionalism as a transformative tool. I realize that my time is almost up. Let me sum up in the following way. Mariba said in our open quote, "We have no doubt that the nation is committed irreversibly to acknowledging diversity and respecting the basic rights of everyone. The rights and freedoms the Constitution proclaims are not simply words taken from hallowed text in other parts of the world. They represent our endeavors and our dreams of a free and just society," close quote. Our dreams and highest aspirations as contained in the Constitution are, among others, equality, non-racialism and non-sexism, as I said, the improvement of the quality of life of each citizen, freeing the business, educational, artistic, and political potential of each person. An irreversible acknowledgement of diversity and respect for human rights would never allow anybody to respect the Constitution selectively. Its potency to transform society. Anybody who is truly committed to constitutionalism would not use the Constitution to retain toxic colonialist and apartheid tendencies or practices under some sugar-coated pretenses. No true constitutional democrat would resist the entry of the previously excluded into the previously preserved economic, educational, and property space. The resistance to entry by the previously excluded demonstrates lack of commitment to constitutionalism. Nelson Mandela, more importantly, say, open quotes, "Those who sought their own freedom in the domination of others were doomed in time to ignominious failure. Out of such experience was born the understanding that there could be no lasting peace, no lasting security, no prosperity in this land unless all enjoyed freedom and justice as equals. For as long as we don't all do what needs to be done, as speedily as circumstances demand, to ensure that all enjoy security, peace, and prosperity as equal, to ensure that everybody enjoys justice, we are inviting a constitutional crisis. Injustice is unsustainable. Our society remains toxified by racism because we have not dealt with the vestiges of colonialism and apartheid. Our people have reached the level of desperation. And by our people, I mean though everybody who is poor. Now, desperate people resort to desperate measures. And poverty is an instrument for the entrenchment of indignity. And when you have been made to lose your dignity, your self-respect, anything is possible. Look at the overwhelming majority of people who rape. Look at the overwhelming majority of people who commit crime. We have kept them in a state that allows them to be just where they are by not giving practical expression to the injustices of the past, by using the Constitution as a tool for transformation. So we need to resolve even the land issue amicably. I am one of those who believe that we can resolve the land issue without being at one another's throats. We can. Let's make it our business to ensure that there is employment and remuneration equity. We've got to confront this tendency of paying black people differently from their white counterparts, of paying women less than men even if they do the same job. Yesterday I was shown a huge book that Muhammad Ali gave to Madiba. And there Muhammad Ali says, I have seen the whole world. I learned something from people everywhere. There's truth in Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, all religions. And in just plain talking, the only religion that matters is the real religion. Love. Close quotes. Well, in case you are tempted to tempt me, to criticize me for being a pastor, maybe I should become one. The Bible says, love does no harm to a neighbor, therefore love is the fulfillment of the law. When you love your people, you will not steal from them. When you love your people, you will not kill them. When you love your people, you will not be involved in corruption. When you love all your people, you will not resist or use the Constitution to resist change. We need hope. And Madiba said, from the discomfort of his cell, open quote. That was on the 4th of February 1969. Zinzi says her heart is sore because I'm not at home and wants to know when I will come back. I do not know, my darlings, when I will return. You'll remember that in the letter I wrote in 1966, I told you that the white judge had said I should stay in jail for the rest of my life. It may be long before I come back. It may be soon. Nobody knows when it will be. Not even the judge who said I should be kept here. Now pay attention. But I am certain that one day I'll be back at home to live in happiness with you until the end of my days. Do not worry about me. I am happy, well, and full of strength and hope. Close quotes. Now think about it. If Mandela, who knew as a lawyer that in apartheid South Africa, when a revolutionary is sentenced to life imprisonment, it means life imprisonment, there ought to be no hope of being freed, could be happy, full of strength, and full of hope that one day he will be released. Why should you be hopeless? Why should you allow the economic situation in which we find ourselves to render you hopeless? Why should you allow the limited progress that we have made to render you hopeless? Why should you allow corruption and crime to render you hopeless when so much has already been done already, by the way? What reason do you have to give up? What reason do you have as a farmer? Because I heard some farmers are killing themselves because of the drought. What reason do you have to kill yourself? What reason do you have to believe that the land issue will never be resolved, that gender-based violence will never come to an end, that you will never enter the economic space where it matters the most? Let's just love one another. Let us key into what kept Madiba alive, that this constitution that he signed for us to use as a transformative instrument will get us to where we need to be. Let us be as hopeful as Nelson Mandela was. Let us love our people as much as he loved all of us, even those that were yet to be born, to the point of giving our lives in pursuit of justice, shared prosperity, peace and stability in South Africa. I have no doubt that anybody who has respect for Nelson Mandela will see today's lecture as a moment for a new beginning. We'll see today's lecture as a clarion call to action. A demand by none other than Madiba himself that we've got to act on a daily basis to expose and root out corruption, injustice, and criminality. We've got to, on a daily basis, in every sphere of influence you occupy, to see it as your individual and collective responsibility to get South Africa to the place where it has the potential to be. Remember, he so believed in the ideals that are synonymous to our Constitution that he was prepared, if needs be, to die. May you and I who are here, and anybody listening and anybody who is yet to listen, decide that today marks the beginning of ensuring that we honor Madiba.